Welcome to the Bible Difficulties and Answers podcast. I'm Lance Smith, your host, guided by Scripture, fueled by an insatiable curiosity and committed to exploring profound philosophical questions with a dash of spiritual wisdom. We're now in week 18 of our 20-week Sunday series, diving into section 4 of J. Steve Miller's Faith is Not Blind. Pages 95 to 97 bring us to Exhibit 18. Objections to theism aren't insurmountable. What if the toughest challenge to your faith turned out to be its greatest strength? Today, we'll examine why objections like evil or a complex creator don't close the door on belief, but open new avenues for thought. These aren't simple hand waves. They're reasoned responses from thinkers who've grappled with the toughest critiques, showing that faith can endure scrutiny. Let's set the stage. Imagine a world where suffering and beauty coexist, prompting the question, how can a good God allow evil? Picture this. A friend once shared how losing their job led to a deeper trust in something bigger, turning a dark moment into a stepping stone. Or consider the argument that a complex God seems too improbable to exist without a creator himself. What if these aren't deal breakers, but invitations to explore ideas like divine purpose or an eternal nature, like piecing together a puzzle where some edges are still missing? It's invigorating to see how addressing these can fuel our own intellectual and spiritual journeys. Page 95 introduces Dr. Marilyn McCord Adams, born in 1943 and passed away in 2017, a renowned research professor of philosophy at Rutgers University, known for her work on the problem of evil. Miller outlined the classic challenge. If God is all good and all-powerful, why does evil persist? Some argue this contradiction proves God can't exist. But is it a definitive knockout? Miller suggests not, as we'll explore. Page 96 delves into why the problem of evil doesn't necessarily defeat theism. It's possible God has reasons for allowing suffering, reasons beyond our current understanding. Miller cites agnostic philosopher Dr. Paul Draper from Purdue University, who notes that logical arguments from evil are a dying breed due to our limited grasp of good, evil, and their interconnections. This keeps the door ajar for a God with a purpose we might not fully see. Miller also focuses on existence, not divine attributes, pointing to further readings for deeper insight. Then, Miller tackles Richard Dawkins' critique from the God Delusion, arguing that a complex God is unlikely. If God created a vast universe, he must be even more complex, making his own origin a puzzle. But Dawkins assumes God evolved, whereas theists posit an eternal, unevolved being outside time. Biologist H. Alan Orr's critique in the New York Review of Books highlights this as a straw man, weakening Dawkins' case. Pause and think about that. Could a universe this complex really explain itself without a timeless mind behind it? Page 97 concludes with that Dawkins' argument is shredded by reviewers. It doesn't close the case against theism. Without strong defeaters, we can still weigh evidence for God. This contrasts with ideas like a teapot orbiting Mars, which lack serious debate. No peer-reviewed journals are losing sleep over that one. Objections to theism, though, are wrestled with in top academic circles, suggesting they're surmountable and add to a cumulative case for belief. How do you rate this evidence? It's not proof alone, but clears major obstacles, strengthening the overall case. Not convincing at all? 0 to 10 totally convincing. For more, check Philip Yancey's Where is God When It Hurts for practical takes on suffering. C. Everett Koop's Sometimes Mountains Move reflects on personal loss. C.S. Lewis's The Problem of Pain and A Grief Observed offer deep reflections. Marilyn McCord Adams provides philosophical rigor. The Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy's Evil article, and that's in the show notes, is a great resource. For Dawkins, see Miller's Richard Dawkins and His God Delusion, and Orr's A Mission to Convert. That's January 11, 2007. These responses show objections can refine faith, often aligning better with theism than alternatives. Skeptics might disagree, but the thoughtful rebuttals offer hope for those with doubts. So the big question, do surmountable objections to theism bolster the case for God by showing no unbeatable barriers? I'll start. This gets a 9 from me. It reassures that tough questions have answers. Echoing times I've seen believers navigate suffering with reason and faith. It's not the whole case, but it paves that way. Next Sunday, episode 19 will explore positive arguments for naturalism don't prevail over arguments for God's existence. Stay tuned. Have you encountered an objection that seemed daunting but yielded a deeper thought? Share your story. I'd love to feature it next time. Email me at BibleDifficultiesAndAnswers@gmail.com or join our Facebook page. Dive into the resources. They're treasures for exploring these issues. Until then, share this episode, leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and visit BibleDifficultiesAndAnswers.podbean.com. And remember, these objections are challenges to engage with, not walls to stop you. I'm Lance Smith, signing off with good luck, good health, and God bless. So long, everybody.